when is it time to let the opportunity go? So you've been pursuing this potential new client. You've spent days, weeks, months, some cases, years. Sometimes that happens, doing all of the things in order to close this one client. And every time you have a conversation with them, they're either still thinking about it, they have a new obstacle that's come up. There's a new reason why they're just not ready to move forward yet. So if you know me, you know that I'm all for being prepared to overcome obstacles, helping the potential client to see the value in the offer so much so to where they're ready to say yes when the time is right. But that's the key phrase, when the time is right. If you've been in sales for any length of time, and once again, if you are in business for yourself, if you work at the front desk at a company, if you are in a position where you have client communication, you're probably in sales, you may not know it yet. But if you're in what we might say traditional sales, where you're actually building a book of business for yourself, then you probably had the situation where you were so sure that a client was going to close and it just seemed like it kept getting drug out. But you've also probably had the situation where you've brought on a new client and it was nothing but trouble. Everything was wrong. They were never happy with anything that you did. They didn't love the service. They had questions about everything. And every now and then you'll have a client that's a little more high touch. But do you really want a client that's going to be problematic? That's probably going to cost you more drama and more stress than it would have allowed you, it would have cost you if you would have just let that client go and found the right perfect fit client for your business. And so I would say to you this, when it's at the point where the timing just doesn't feel right, and you know that even if they say yes, there's going to be a lot of hand holding. There's going to be a lot of not only high touch, but probably more than you're able to, more than you have the bandwidth to be able to give, then it might be time to surrender that opportunity in favor of going after the perfect fit client. So getting so clear about who that perfect fit client is, and then designing your client journey to where you have an idea of how the flow should go, how people come on board, what their experience should be. And when it feels like this person is probably just not going to go through that particular experience in the way that you would love for them to, it might be worth at least a second thought. Because the last thing you want, and I know this for certain, I've been doing this for a really long time, is bringing on someone because they have the money, because you are really charismatic and really able to convince them to say yes, but it wasn't the right time and they weren't the right fit, is not only going to cost you more time and stress and all of those things, is going to damage your reputation. Because if that person is not satisfied, and they won't be satisfied no matter what you do, the likelihood is high that they're going to tell other people that it was you that didn't do a good job, and not necessarily that it wasn't a good fit. And that will be very difficult to come back from. So get so clear about who your ideal client is, get so clear about what it looks like for someone to come on when it's a perfect fit. Design that experience from a flowchart perspective, where you really want to create this experience for your potential clients, and then be willing to step back and sometimes say, thank you, but no thank you when it's not the right fit, so that you can enjoy the work that you do with your clients and make sure that you maintain good relationships with the people that you have in your community. My name is Tish Times. I own the Tish Times Sales Agency. And I just actually today would love to hear your feedback. I'd love to hear what type of experiences have you as a sales professional had that made you go back and say, man, I wish I would have done things differently. Tell me your best, maybe your worst experience, and let's kind of help each other through this. So have a wonderful day. You go to tishtimes.com to get more details about who I am and what I do. And if you'd like to join us for our profit party, you can find all the details there as well. See you next time.